Manchester United team. David May will be at right back, Lee Sharp at left back, and Brian McClare in midfield with Dennis Irwin and Roy Keane still recovering from their World Cup exertions. Eric Cantona available today, but not for the first 3 league games after his latest brush with authority. Andy.
Yes, 1 or 2 changes, Martin, but I expect to see that familiar 4-4-2 formation. I'm looking forward to seeing this left side here, with both Sharp and Giggs in tandem. Also look at Paul Ince, number 8. Normally regarded as a holding player in there, but I've noticed, and certainly his record pre-season shows, that he's wanting to get forward and start scoring goals early.
Well, Blackburn besieged by injuries. Shearer, Sutton, Newell, Batty, Warhurst, Gallagher, some £15 million of players all out. So that emergency call went out to Tony Gale, who'd been freed by West Ham. Robbie Slater, an Australian international, English-born though, recruited from French football. The loyal Mark Atkins faced Wembley action on his 26th birthday, and 20-year-old Ian Pearce plays up front, and his likely partner this afternoon, Stuart Ripley. Yeah, lots of changes for Blackburn Rovers, but I expect that familiar 4-4-2. Ripley given a free role to roam about Ian Pearce up front. You'll out after a cartilage operation.
This is a little sign of things to come this season. I think when the top teams get involved against each other, they're going to have to work tremendously hard for anything they get. I think we can see that already in the 15 minutes.
Nicely knocked off by McClare. Hughes off! Well, it was a stupendous shot. And all credit to Tim Flowers, showing England quality to keep it out.
I'll tell you what, Martin, if we're marking down saves in a season, we may just have seen one there. We all know about Hughes' remarkable ability to volley, and that was a magnificent save, it really was.
Here's Sharp. Ince behind Sharp. Pearce trying to charge out. It's make do and mend really for Blackburn in attack. But what they have in goal is very much their first choice player in that department. And Tim Flowers, down by his left-hand post, reacted so smartly. Hughes, and Flowers can't hold it. Giggs trying to follow up. It in fact came pacily off the goalkeeper, a yard or so away from where Giggs hoped he would collect what would have been the opening goal.
Well, he hits it well enough, Mark Hughes, and this is his strength, turning quickly. He won't be happy with that, Tim Flowers.
Free kick to United, taken by May. Defended well by Berg, who had a very good season last time around, the Norwegian, for Blackburn. Giggs with a flick. And Ince brought down by Colin Hendry. It's a penalty to Manchester United. And Eric Cantona, who did the job from the spot twice against Chelsea in the FA Cup final, goes to collect the ball.
Well, there's no doubt. You see, Colin Henry's not, he doesn't know Ince is around. He thinks he's got time, Ince pounces. And there's no doubt in my mind, the referee's got an easy decision. That's a penalty. Here we go again. Henry thinks he can run it out, but look at the speed of Ince. On it in a flash. Henry hangs that left leg out again, and this time he's not giving away a free kick, he's giving away a penalty.
So another Wembley penalty for Eric Cantona against Tim Flowers. 1-0 to Manchester United.
I've never known a man look so confident when he takes a penalty in a game that matters, Martin. I know he missed one at the Rangers tournament last week when he was fooling around.
In a shootout.
But this, you look at this, he's so confident. I honestly didn't expect anything other than Tim Flowers walking into the back of the net to pick it out.
We're halfway through the first half. And Cantona with 25 goals last season in competitive matches for Manchester United. Maybe Tim Sherwood's effort on Ince, but you and I, Matt, just differ about that one. In goes Pearce. Well, he led the race with Lee Sharp.
Sharp did enough, Martin. He was struggling. I think Lee Sharp knew that, because Pearce just pulled behind Pallister. You see there, and Sharp's just got to put him off. I don't think he's going to win it, but he just gets his body in front of him, and that's enough to put Pearce off a clear header.
Ian Pearce, formerly an England youth international. Sherwood going in, and Schmeichel didn't like that. Is that the final act of the first half? Philip Don says, I'll have the ball. And Eric Cantona's penalty separates the double winners of last season from the side who finished second in the Premiership. Paul Ince was brought down by Colin Hendry for the penalty, and Cantona showed that ice-cool temperament that we saw in the FA Cup final when he struck home twice from the spot then. So at half-time here, a lot to talk about during the interval with the ration yellow cards. It's Manchester United 1, Blackburn Rovers 0. Charity Shield's prominent place on the football calendar came from its switch to Wembley 20 years ago now. 1974, Leeds played Liverpool. Blackburn really penned back at the moment. Hopkins the first player to try and defend, but United find a way past the whole posse of midfield men for Rovers. Ince, fine play this. Is there going to be a finish to it? It might come from Kanchelskis. Still Kanchelskis.
Well, that's the difference shown in this move here. So many options for United when they get along the 18-yard box. So much movement. Not only that, so many players into that movement. Not afraid to throw midfield players forward. Look at Paul Ince, almost the furthest forward there. Looking for Giggs. They've all moved away from Giggs. Suck people in. Kanchelskis is left an acres of space here. You think he's going to shoot, drags it inside, creates the opening. Oh, and that's the poorest part of the whole move.
And there was no stinting on the work from Blackburn. Giggs. Against Berg. Pass Berg. Ryan Giggs. Well, the second goal seems so soon to be coming, but it hasn't arrived yet.
Well, that's vintage Giggs as far as I'm concerned. When he's going at pace, now watch Berg, he's trying to push him inside on his right foot, but as soon as Giggs turns him once, then twice, Berg's totally lost.
There's Sherwood, certainly not given this game up yet, Blackburn Rovers. Ripley, lovely turn, shot deflected, off, and Ian Pearce came in with a lot of the goal in front of him to aim at, with Schmeichel wrong-footed, and it was a great chance for Blackburn to draw level.
Great skill from Ripley. Steve Bruce thinks he's going outside, turns inside, they get a bit of luck with the rebound, and really Ian Pearce, with a goal at his mercy, should at least hit the target. If he makes Schmeichel make a save, yeah, I got some sympathy with him, but you've got to hit the target. Chances have been few and far between from Blackburn, certainly chances of this quality. And look at that, it's the top of his foot, off his toe.
So it drops off his head for Kanchelskis. May. And you have to get used to seeing it. David May, Manchester United. Joined Blackburn in July '86. As a trainee, in fact, before that he was on schoolboy forms at the club. Almost went for Flowers, he didn't call loudly enough. Hendry decided he had to take Ince! 2-0! And that should mean the Charity Shield for Manchester United in spectacular fashion. He flew through the air with the greatest of ease. A brilliant goal from Ince.
Oh, that's spectacular. We're used to seeing Mark Hughes do this sort of thing. Look how he enjoyed that. He's ran 40 yards to the crowd. But Eric Cantona does everything right here. Look at the way he holds off the defender. Just knocks it back in. And how is that for skill? How is that for technique? That's absolutely first class. Watch Cantona. He holds him off. He knows he's only nicking it into an area. But what about that for skill?
Should Flowers have demanded the original ball in, though, but Hendry only half cleared it.
He may have demanded it, Martin, yeah, but as defenders, their job, I think, is to put a head on it.
But that's not the case for all the absentees. Legislate for some bad fish that Alan Shearer ate when he was on holiday. Kanchelskis, lovely run. Hughes flew just over Flowers and just over the bar.
Well, right in you and I watched this Manchester United side a week ago. at the Rangers tournament, and they've come on a bundle since then. They look that week, fitter, sharper. It's added it to them. They all look as if they're up for it now. They back off, and the one thing you can't do with Mark Hughes is back off too long.
It's another trophy for Manchester United. The double winners of last season now retain the Charity Shield. Too good in the end for a below-strength Blackburn Rovers, with Paul Ince sealing the victory spectacularly. Steve Bruce knows these steps so well, and so do the United players behind him. Up here to collect the FA Cup only 3 months ago, up here to pick up the Charity Shield this time last year. Manchester United currently setting the standards in the English game. Staying at the top is tougher than getting there in the first place, and they'd be happy to be back here this time next year to go for the hat-trick. Well, today it's hats off to Manchester United again. And the Charity Shield stays amongst the silverware at Old Trafford.